Yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Lutz Colts going up against Wilson Seahawks.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27 with the Indianapolis Colts. On first down, Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Lock it in motion right. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. After the run, Luck going to throw. On the screen, this is Woodhead. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And Philip Dorsett holds it in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. After the interception, it's Love. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Second down now after the incompletion. Out of the gun, Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. The 20, 10, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice to such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Carry for the vet. Danny Woodhead takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Woodhead. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense is just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks, too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Play clock winding down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
On the ground, this is Woodhead. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Halfback sent in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They run with Woodhead. And he takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They run again with Woodhead. Whoosh. Still going. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts. Here's Woodhead. And they're going to lose some on this play. being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
KJ Wright just keeps getting better at outside linebacker. Long, lengthy guy, can rush the passer, can drop into coverage, has great agility, though, to stay on his feet and make tackles, too.
And still has years ahead of him. Turned 27 in July, native of Olive Branch, Mississippi. They'll try the air now with Locke. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They get this in the hands of their speedster, Dorsett. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Try a little trickery here on the end around. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Philip Dorsett with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Block it in motion right. Now Wilson on first down. And Graham's got it over the middle. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Jimmy Graham had a really tough injury in 2015 that ended his season, but what a bounce back in 2016. How did he not get any votes for comeback player of the year?
I was just going to ask you that. Not that Jordy Nelson wasn't deserving, but 65 catches, 923 yards. That was the highest total by a tight end in Seahawk history.
And I think there's a chance that both of those numbers will increase in 2017.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The slot man in motion right. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Block it in motion right. They'll run for it. Rawls. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it's good enough for a Seattle first.
Oh, man. 4th down and 1, and you're on your own side of midfield. That takes a little bit of courage to pull off, but they went ahead and snapped it, and it'll work out for them as they get the first down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. They go play action now. Wilson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. begin the drive with Woodhead. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Now it's Woodhead. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Luck on the sneak. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right near midfield. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 50, it's long. And that is incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Luck. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Open space inside. The ball comes out, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Danny Woodhead, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. And he knocks it through. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Slot man moves right. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw is Wilson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Terrell Basham in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Off the fake to Lacey, here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Colts getting ready to go. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll start on the ground here with Woodhead. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 1st and 10, Locke caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 32 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Well, now they'll try the end around. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Second down following the run. of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also moved the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Vinatieri now on to try the field goal for the Colts. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
And Adam Vinatieri, still going strong at the age of 44, the oldest player in the NFL, entered the league in 1996.
And to put that into perspective, his age, you know who was born in December of 95? This year's #1 overall pick, Myles Garrett.
How about that? And Adam Vinatieri, still making big kicks all along the way.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Hassan Ridgeway in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wilson on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Seahawks on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Lock it in motion right. On third down, here's Lacy. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
But once again, a good example of situational football. That was 3rd and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the first down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a first down.
A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got some space here. Danny Woodhead, it's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Danny Woodhead with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts add on to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Spins away. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The slot man in motion right. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Hassan Ridgeway in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Play action. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Block it in motion right. Here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. And to give this time to the tailback. Room here to run. 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Danny Woodhead, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And an alley to run. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
3rd down. Here's Rawls. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there in that scramble.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a 2nd down. On 2nd down, Rawls. And an alley to run. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Wilson. That's caught inside the 20. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Terrell Basham in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. They go play action with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but they still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Terrell Basham in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On first down, Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On first down, Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Second and 10 now, Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll run. This is Lacey. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll go with Woodhead to start the drive. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Luck finding his emerging tight end Doyle for a Colt first.
We always look for breakout seasons, and Jack Doyle had one in 2016. 59 catches. What? He didn't even have that in the previous 3 seasons.
No, previous 3, 35 combined. But he was stuck behind Kobe Fleener for a while. He went to New Orleans, really opened things up, didn't it?
Yeah, Dwayne Allen's been shipped off to New England, so Jack Doyle, truly tight end 1.
Now toss play. It's Woodhead. And all the way down to the 9. A huge play that time for the Colts. 47 yards on the ground. So they're operating in the red zone.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Luck going to throw it and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, I can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Terrell Basham in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And he motions the wide receiver. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. So they're on that play. Offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out.